talk, real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk.
Welcome to Real Talk for Real Teens, the show where we uniquely combine the information teens need with the entertainment teens want.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Real Talk for Real Teens. My name is Kim Creighton. I am your host, and today my guest, a musical guest, is Tan. Hi Tan, are you there?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. So we're just going to jump right into it. Why don't you tell my audience who you are and, let them get to know you.
Okay, definitely. My name is Tan, and I'm a singer-songwriter, recording artist, and I have my first single out. It's called Heat Wave, and I'm very fortunate to record the first single with Mario Marchetti, who is a producer who co-wrote and produced one of JoJo's tracks called Disaster, and I'm very happy. And check it out on iTunes, and it's a very pop rock, and I'm sure a lot of teenagers and young adults will be able to relate to it. It's a very fun song.
Okay. Well, we'll be playing Heat Wave in just a little bit. So tell us about your past. Where are you from? How'd you get in music? How'd you end up in L.A. working on music? How old you are?
Definitely. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from an island in Malaysia called Penang, and it's a very beautiful island, multicultural, and most people speak up to two to four languages. And
wow.
Yeah, and I know it's interesting, and a lot of people were surprised that I could speak more than three. And then so back in 2011, I moved to Los Angeles to attend music college in Hollywood. It's a Musicians Institute. And I came here just to, I just wanted to improve myself as a musician. And now that I got to meet a lot of people, and I just wanted to, share my music through recordings and stuff like that.
So you came here to go to the Musicians Institute?
Yes.
And you said you came in 2011. That's only been 2 years, right?
Yeah. It's a crazy ride,
So
I learned so much.
Your English is very good. I know that did you know English before you came here? Because I know you said you knew more than 2 languages.
Well, I actually didn't start speaking English until I was 11, 12, and then that's when I really learned from my friends, because I went to an English school, and I started to pick it up. I had to learn it. I had no choice.
Yeah, and you've done a good. I mean, when I called you initially, I just that was my ignorance. Thought I would hear a much heavier accent, and it's not there. I'm just like, oh my God, your English, it's really well. What other languages do you speak?
I can speak Mandarin. I can speak a little Malay and other dialects in Chinese.
So what's the native tongue, the language in Malaysia? Where are you from?
It's Malay actually, but I'm not so good at Malay.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm better at Mandarin, actually, because I know it's funny because I wasn't so interested in learning Malay, so I was better at Mandarin. And then.
Oh, that is funny. Okay, so and so what made you go to an English school? Was that something your parents decided for you to do? Did you know you wanted to come here to study?
Well, it's interesting because my parents really wanted me to learn English because they couldn't speak English. And then they were like, I have to bring Tan to an English school so that, he can make us proud and all that. I was like, okay, I love English. So, yeah, that happened.
Okay. And so you came here. Do you have any relatives or friends and family in LA, or you just came by yourself?
Well, I'm actually very thankful that I have like 3 to 4. I have 4 friends from high school back in Malaysia. They lived here before I came here. So I couch surfed for like 2 weeks until I found my apartment. It was hard because the school was in Hollywood and I have to walk around Hollywood to find an apartment. And it was crazy because I came from Malaysia. It's a completely different place.
Yeah, and Hollywood is Hollywood. Yeah, I love LA. Hollywood is weird all by itself. So if you come from a totally different country, it's not like coming to the Midwest of America. You fall right into Hollywood. You're like, oh my God, what is this?
Like, what's happening? Like I see all these different people and crazy stuff that I've never seen before.
And I love it because everybody's just out doing whatever they want to. They don't care about anybody else. They're just being themselves, and I just love that so much.
Yeah. It's a crazy experience, and then I was really surprised. But, you just learn from everything, and then you got to focus, in this town. And I learned to be independent by living by myself, and then, and to go to school in a different country. It was hard, but I'm very, I'm very lucky to have friends to, give me support and all that.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. And so you've been here for 2 years. You walked around LA when you first got there. Hollywood. That's a very specific part of Los Angeles. And you found yourself a place to live. You got in school. And how was that? I mean, because you came a long way to go to school. So how was that experience?
Well, it's funny because I met all of my friends through Facebook. Like we kind of like went to the MI Facebook page and find each other, and we create a Facebook page. It's called MI for 2011 Incoming Students, and then we made friends, and then we even hung out before school started.
Oh, cool! So when you got started, you had a little, at least some people that you hung out with a little bit.
Yes, I think I had at least 50 to 60 friends already before I came here.
Oh, that was smart. That was very smart. So let's talk about, let's get into, do you have siblings?
Yes. I do have an older sister and a younger brother. And my sister is actually in the U.S. visiting me, and my brother is coming in December. We're going to celebrate together. It's going to be exciting.
What?
We're going to celebrate Christmas together.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, that will be exciting.
Yeah, my whole family will be here, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be my first time to San Francisco. I can't wait to explore the town.
Oh, good. And then you get to play host.
Mhm.
And show them everything. All right, so let's get into your music. So tell us, when did you start becoming interested in music, and not only becoming interested in music, but started creating music? Because that takes a bit of, like you said, that focus and having to, be responsible. That took something for you to decide, hey, I'm leaving my country to go study. So tell us about that whole story.
I think that it started because my mom put me into the voice lesson when I was like 4 years old, and I joined a lot of competition, and I think I always liked the spotlight. And then, and back in high school, I was I was really interested in music because I actually stopped singing for some time because I had to go through my voice changes, and then I joined a band. I formed a band with my friend, and then we played all those pop rock songs from Simple Plan to McFly, and then I started writing songs, and then I just thought that, I think that if music makes me happy, why not make it as a career? And after high school, I just thought that maybe this is it. I shouldn't go to a college. I don't want to waste my time to go to a college. And I went to a recording studio to take a intensive course at recording technique. So that's how it started. That's how I knew about Musicians Institute in Hollywood. And then I was like, why not go to a music college?
Okay.
And it's right in Hollywood. So
yeah, exactly.
And that's how I met a lot of people, very talented people, and then got to know a lot of producers, and that's how it started.
All right, we're going to now listen to your the first song is Heat Wave. So why don't you tell us about Heat Wave, or do you want to tell? You can tell us now, or you can tell us afterwards.
Why don't I tell you now?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's Heat Wave is a very I would say it's a very pop rock record, and I think a lot of people can relate to it is because I wrote the song about this girl that I met. She's irresistible, and one of those girls that is, that she's not for you, but you still want to go for it. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's a Heat Wave. And going in that she's not the person you need to be with, but you're going to do it anyway. I feel sorry. It's my fault, And I think a lot of guys can relate to it. So.
Oh, not just guys, girls. Everybody can relate to that. I could tell you. Yeah. Man, I can.
Why not?
Yeah, it's just, you see them coming, and your voice in your head says, "Oh my God, you should not be doing that." But you think they're cute and da 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 da, and so you ignore that little voice.
And
then you live to regret it.
Yep. And that's how you learn.
Yes. So that's what Heat Wave's about. So we're about to play Tan Heat Wave.
I could never run away from her heat wave. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, she's trouble. She brings damage. She's a hurricane and the snow escape. Summer in the cold winter days. She seems like one of those mistakes. She couldn't make it fun when the clock hits 12. Then she heads up to the club all by herself, looking for someone to fall under her spell, so she could run around to kiss and tell. She got that something inside that makes me losing my mind. It's like a heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I could never run away from a heat wave. Hey, 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 hey. Heat in real life. When I see those blue eyes, my heart will fly. I've never seen something like her before. She makes me go wanting her more, wanting her more. It's like a heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I can never run away from a heat wave. Heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I can never run away from a heat wave. I'm wasting all my time for you, for you, for you. I don't wanna be another fool, another fool. It's like a heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I can never run away from a heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I can never run away from a heat wave. Heat wave strikes across my heart. Heat wave tries to tear me apart. I could never run away from a heat wave.
All right, guys, we're talking to Tan, and that was his song "Heat Wave." And I totally get it.
Thank you.
So what were you? So you said this is a girl that you this is a real experience. Are your songs usually written from your real experience or things your friends experience? Whatever. I'm just trying. I guess my question is, how do you come up with songs? How do you come up with song ideas? How do you write your music?
Well, it all depends actually, because for a heat wave, it's actually from my real experience, and then for the other songs that I'll be releasing next year, some of them are actually about my friends, and then stories that I've heard every now and then from my friends, and that kind of, I think that it's important to take real experience and stories that inspires you to motivate you to write songs. So it all depends.
And so you have this. Well, I guess I want to know tell me about how the process is when you're in the studio, because you say you're releasing this song at the end of October. This song will be released at the end of October. So, guys, it'll be available in November when this show airs. When the show airs in November, this song will be available on iTunes. So tell me, and the other song we're going to be playing won't be available until next year. So I'm happy to get some preview music here. Tell us, how do you guys put together an album? How does that work?
I mean, the process of recording or the process of getting the song to distribute?
I just want to hear about the process, because it seems people think it's very easy. I can just go make a song. And, everybody has equipment on their, computers now. But how does that happen?
Oh, you know what? It's an interesting question, because a lot of stuff are actually done by the producer. Gave him the song. We worked on the song together. We go through the lyrics and the forms and all that, and then he worked on the track and then asked me to come back to the studio, and I just sing. So a lot of stuff are done by the producer.
So how does a young person who's interested in this, how do they find producers? How do they find credible producers, not producers who are scamming them, who are unprofessional? How do you go about finding professional producers?
Well, I was actually very lucky because the producer came to my school to give a counseling. And then at that time, I was looking for people to work with. And then I went to him and asked, do you know anyone that produced? And because I'm looking for a producer. And then he looked at me and said, you know what, I'm a producer. And that's all how it started.
And think about had you not answered that question.
I know, right? And then he invited me because I showed him one of my demo, and then he invited me to his studio, and then we sat down and I played more songs, and then he liked it, and I liked his stuff, and then we decided to work together.
Wow. Now, I know that's not, well, I'm not going to say that's unusual, because it might not be, because like you said, you came to L.A. to be in the music business, so you put yourself in a situation where, those people were going to, come to your school and do whatever. So you put yourself in a really good situation so that you can have those opportunities that came to you.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. And then I think you just have to go for it. I think networking is the most important thing. If I don't network, I probably wouldn't meet all these people, and it probably wouldn't happen. So,
well, tell us about networking. Give us some more information about networking, because a lot of people don't even understand. They get so afraid they don't even know what it is. So tell us what you mean by networking.
Oh, networking. Oh, well, networking can be a lot of things. You can go to one of the most important things is to go to a friend show. Because why? Because if you go to a friend show, it kind of puts you in a situation where people know you exist in that circle of friends, and then you kind of remind people that you are always involved in the music scene. And when your friends are playing the show, go to the show, because it always helps to make more friends, and by making more friends, you know more people. By knowing more people, more opportunity. I think that's how I see it.
So, is networking something that's easy for you? Is it something that's a challenge for you and you overcome it? How do you handle networking? So you go to your friends are performing. You go to an event, and you see people there. How do you network? Well,
you kind of have to find a common topic, but to go to a friend show is easy because you can always talk about music, because music is a very easy topic, and it really connects people, and talk about music, talk about anything you want, random things, or find a common topic, and make friends, have fun. That's how you network.
I like your advice about that, finding that common topic, because once you find that thing that you have in common, it's easier to talk about other things, because now you've established that we do have something in common. We can see eye to eye on some things, so that makes things a lot easier.
Mhm. And then you
Go ahead. Then you always have to.
No, you always have to keep in touch, and that's very important.
Yes. Follow up.
Don't just go to the show, show up, meet them, and then never keep in touch.
Exactly. Follow up is key. You're absolutely right. So we're going to play your final song, and won't you introduce it?
Okay, this is a song that I will be releasing next year, and it's called If I Could, I Would. I wrote it like 3 years ago, and it's one of my favorites from the record, because it's one of the first songs that I wrote, and mainly because I can always relate to the story behind the song, and I think that I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. You can always relate to it as one of your favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we'll listen to it, and then we'll close out the show and make sure you give us all the information on how we can find you, okay?
Okay.
So we listen to Tan's If I Could, I Would.
Yep.
It's such a beautiful night, but I'm falling apart. And all that I can do now is wish upon a star. I can't believe my eyes that you're with him now. Oh, I'll get you all the things you wanted. I'll bring you up above the mountain. I swear we'll share the greatest moments. God, if I could, I would. It's been 27 nights since we talked and laughed. I guess my friends were right. You're not my other half. I can't believe my eyes that you're with him now. Oh, I wish that somehow I'll get you all the things you wanted. I'll bring you up above the mountain. I swear we'll share the greatest moments. God, if I could, I'll do anything just to make you want me. I'll do anything 'cause you're my one and only. I'll do anything just to show you how much I care. I'll get you all the things you wanted. I'll bring you up above the mountain. I'll try to make the greatest moment. 'Cause if I could, I'll get you all the things you wanted. I'll bring you up above the mountain. I swear we'll share the greatest moment. Girl, if I could, I would. Girl, if I could, I would.
All right, guys. I mean, I don't know why I thought about this, Tan, but I think it was the fact that you said you had to take time off because your voice changed. I love your voice.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I do. I really love your voice.
It took a long while to work on it, actually. And I remember I had to, sing my lungs out and, in the middle of night, and then my mom had to stop me because the neighbor was complaining, I worked really hard. So thank you so much.
Well, it has paid off. So why don't you tell everybody how to get in touch with you?
Oh, definitely. They can get to know more about me by following me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/CanRealMusic. Follow me on Instagram, CanOfficial, or my Facebook, Tan Official as well.
And guys, that's TAN, Tan. So he's saying
Exactly.
Tan Official.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tan. It has been a joy to talk to you today, and I'm wishing you all the best. I'm looking forward to seeing you succeed moving forward. And anything you want to say before we close?
Go to iTunes and get my latest single, Heatwave, and hope you guys will enjoy it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
The Real Talk for Real Teens community is the premier membership organization for young professionals. Real Talk for Real Teens community provides the most comprehensive resources and education designed to advance the skills, integrity, and value of its members as professionals. Become a member at www.rtfrtc.com. Thank you for listening, and join us every Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more Real Talk for Real Teens.